Okay, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Okay, we'll start now. Okay, the quiz screen is visible now.
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, answer one by one. Recall the yesterday news. So, based on the yesterday newspaper and yesterday news, I have prepared the quiz. So, first one, consider the following statement about national song. We know national song is Vande Mataram. So, first statement, Vande Mataram was an important part of the protest against the partition of Bengal. Correcta tappa?
Tapu, sir.
Tappa.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else? What about second statement? It was first published in the literacy journal Team Bandhu Mitra.
Wrong, sir.
Correcta?
Sir.
Tapudana?
Yes, sir.
So, in which journal it was published?
Bengal Darshan. Bangladesh.
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 Is a Bangladesh, sir? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Bangladesh. Then it was published in the novel Bangladesh in 1882. Either what about this statement? Correct or wrong?
Bangladesh is a journal only, sir.
Then what about this novel? Which novel it was? This also wrong?
Year is 1875, sir.
Enema?
Year also wrong,
Year,
sir. 1875.
Year wrong, sir. 1875.
Year is okay. 1982 only. Only the novel name is changed. What was the novel name? Novel name Anand Math. Yamarika. Okay, Anand. Then, what about the fourth statement? It was set to music by Rabindranath Tagore.
Sir, true, sir.
It is true. So, and the Vande Mataram, the first one is also correct because it was sung during the protest against the partition of Bengal. 1906, the partition Bengal took place. So, that time it was used. So, the option 1 and 4 are correct. Okay. Yeah. Then come to the second question. Which of the following statements are true about Vande Mataram? This one you tell me. Same statement I have mentioned in different way. Vande Mataram as a political slogan first used in 1905. So 1905 it was the partition of Bengal movement. So partition of Bengal that time. Then in this question you have the question read out like this: how many of the following statement, 1 or 2 or 2 statement or 3 statements are like that, you have to justify. So based on the correct number of statement you have to give the answer. They did not ask which of the statements are correct, how many. This is a different type of asking question. So one statement it is correct, first one. What about the second one? The Varanasi session of the Congress. This also correct. Okay. Then what about the third one? The Constituent Assembly adopted it as the national song with an equal status as Jana Gana Mana. This also correct. Yesterday we saw this one. அதாவது நேஷனல் சாங்க்கு வந்து ஜனகணமன சாங் ஈக்குவல் ஒரு ஸ்டேட்டஸ் கொடுக்கணும். கான்ஸ்டிடியூண்ட் அசம்பிளில they have adopted. Okay.
Yes, sir.
3 statements are correct. Then what about the fourth one? Correct or wrong? And பாரு. constitution mandates that it is the duty of the citizen. So the duty of the citizen in the sense fundamental duty in ஒரு chapter இருக்குது.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Article 51.
Article 51A. This is the fundamental duty. And 11 duties are there. One of the duty is give abide and give respect to the national flag, national anthem, and national song. Correct? Tappa?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
No. It is mentioned national flag and national
flag and the national song.
Yeah, song illa kudukala.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So how many statements are correct means only 3 statements are correct. Okay. Come to the next one. This talks about Mahatma Gandhi. And actually third statement was different. Okay. This one is just to keep it in mind. Consider the rest of the 2 statements. So simply we can change the option 1 only, 2 only, 1 and 2 only, neither 1 nor 2. இப்ப சொல்லு. Mahatma Gandhi was not a member of Congress Working Committee. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Any other? அவர் வந்து காங்கிரஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் கமிட்டில மெம்பராவே கிடையாதா? Yesterday I said recall 1915 he joined in Congress. Then சரிதானே? And later he resigned.
Sir.
So he was a member of Congress Working Committee. இப்படி மாத்திக்க it is right. எப்படின்னா when the Constituent Assembly was deciding the Congress Working Committee was in a meeting to decide about the Vande Mataram. That time he was invited as a special guest, but that time he was not a member. Okay.
Yes,
so while adopting the national song, the Congress Working Committee, other members were there, but Gandhi also was a special invitee, but that time he was not a member of the Congress Working Committee because he resigned already. சரியா? மொட்டையா கேட்டாங்க. Simply if they are in a blind statement, if it is like this, Mahatma Gandhi was not a member of Congress Working Committee means yes, he was a member. Okay. Okay. What about second statement? He never elected as the president of Indian National Congress. அப்படியா?
Wrong, sir. Wrong, sir.
Wrong. So he was a president at one point of time.
Yes, sir.
எந்த டைம் ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? யாரா சொல்லுங்க.
1924, sir.
1924ல which session it was? Begalgam session ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? So Begalgam sessionல he was the president. So ரெண்டு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் ராங். இப்போ come to the questionnaire part. Which of the above statement is incorrect ன்னு கேட்டிருக்கு. அப்ப எதெல்லாம் incorrect? ரெண்டுமே incorrect தானே. So 1 and 2 both are incorrect. So be careful on the body of the questions. Okay. Okay. Come to the fourth one. It was also yesterday news. Consider the following statement regarding Deepavali. Deepavali has been inscribed as a UNESCO tangible cultural heritage of humanity. Check this one. Correct or wrong? சீக்கிரம். மத்தவங்க பதில் சொல்லுங்க. தெரியலையா?
option C.
Option C 1 and 2 ரெண்டுமே கரெக்ட்டா? But it is wrong. Both are wrong. ஏன் தெரியுமா? It is a not tangible, it is a intangible. Intangible, yesterday I gave the explanation. Intangible means it is fully related to the distinct cultural activities. Okay, yeah. It's a tradition, expression, knowledge, skill-based one festival. So it's an intangible cultural heritage of human. It comes under this list, intangible list. Okay. Second one, it is India's 16th entry. That is correct. But intangible, natural or cultural?
Cultural.
Cultural, sir.
It's a cultural. You can ask, sir, natural போட்டா தப்பா? அப்ப என்னது? Natural எதுல வருது? The national parks, biodiversity, the marine parks, some marine parks. For example, if you talk about Dholavira, the Harappan sites are comes under natural heritage list. Okay, so this is cultural heritage list. Okay, so the neither one nor two, both are not correct. Okay, then fifth one, this also one of the lengthy. Yesterday we had a lengthy discussion about Article 200. According to the Constitution of India, which of the following option available to the governor under Article 200? இது yesterday நான் சொன்னேன்ல, ஒரு bill pass பண்றாங்க, bill in the legislative assembly pass பண்ணாங்க, அது எங்க போகும்? பாஸ் பண்ணி, அதாவது இந்த ஹவுஸ்ல பாஸ் பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் it will go to the governor. Okay, governor. So governor has to give assent. Assent என்ன? ஒப்புதல், பெர்மிஷன் கொடுக்கணும். அவர் கொடுக்கல அப்படின்னா அந்த பில் பில்லாவே இருக்கும். then only it will become act, சட்டமா மாறும், இல்லனா மாறாது. அப்ப once bill passed by the legislative assembly, கவர்னர்ட்ட போனதுக்கு அப்புறம் கவர்னருக்கு என்னென்ன ஆப்ஷன்லாம் இருக்குது அப்படின்ட்டு ஆர்டிகிள் 200ல கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் சொல்லுது. சோ அது என்னென்ன ஆப்ஷன், அவர் என்னெல்லாம் பண்ணலாம் அந்த பில் மேல?
To assent the bill.
he can assent the bill. இது வந்து சிம்பிளா இப்போ வந்து நீ ஒரு லீவ் லெட்டர் சைன் வாங்க பிரின்சிபல்ட்ட கொடுக்குறீங்க. சோ பிரின்சிபல் மேம் வந்து அவங்ககிட்ட இருக்க ஆப்ஷன் என்ன, அந்த மாதிரி தான் இது. சோ அவங்க சைன் பண்ணலாம். அதர்வைஸ் சில பில்ல வந்து ஹெச்ஆருக்கோ இல்ல சேர்மன் சாருக்கோ ரிசர்வ் பண்ணி வைக்கலாம். இது இந்த லெட்டர் மேல நான் டெசிஷன் எடுக்க முடியாது அப்படின்னு. மூணாவது அவங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், உன்னோட டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு கொடுத்துட்டு இதை கொஞ்சம் ரீகன்சிடர் பண்ணி கொடுக்கலாம். நாலாவது அவங்க என்ன பண்ணலாம், நீ உனக்கு என்ன நான் சைன் போடுறது, இது என் டேபிள் அப்படியே கிடக்கும், அவ்வளவுதான், it is my authority. So in the மாதிரி 4 options. This is similar to the governor. One, he has to assent the bill, or option. Article 200 says the first one, and Article 200 also says to reserve the bill for the president. இத பத்தின explanation we will see in the polity class. So எந்தெந்த bills-லாம் he can reserve for the president அப்படின்னு. Third option, the return the bill to the legislature with command. இப்ப ஏதாவது பில்ல வந்து அவருக்கு வந்து உடன்பாடு இல்ல, சில ப்ரொவிஷன்ல உடன்பாடு இல்ல அப்படின்னா அதுல he can write the command and then he should send it to the house. House means legislative assembly, சட்டமன்றத்துக்கு திருப்பி அனுப்பலாம் command. ஆனா திருப்பி அனுப்புனதுக்கு அப்புறம் மறுபடியும் அந்த பில் பாஸ்னா ஓட்டிங் எடுக்கிறதுல வின் பண்ணியாச்சு அப்படின்னா again it will come back to the governor. So that time he has to give signatures, he has to assent. இது one of the condition. Fourth one, indefinitely withhold the bill. அந்த பில் பத்தி பேசாமே இருக்கிறது. சோ எந்த ஆப்ஷன்லாம் கொடுத்திருக்கு ஆர்டிகிள் 200? எல்லாமே இருக்குதா?
1 2 3.
1 2 3 ஆப்ஷன் இல்லையோ?
Yes sir. 1 2 4 இருக்கு சார். 1
2 3 போட்டுக்கோ அதுல. 1 2 3. Fourth one is not available. அததான் சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட் தெளிவா சொல்லிருக்கோம். Okay, you have only 3 options. You do not have any the fourth one option. So option B. I'll 1 2 3 mention பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Then this is the one line current affair. இது கொஞ்சம் வேகமா சொல்லுங்க எல்லாரும். வந்தே மாதரம் adopted as a national song by the Constituent Assembly in the year எப்ப? ம் 1947 50 51 55 செக் பண்ணிக்கோ வேணா. 1950 வந்தே மாதரம் was first sung by Rabindranath Tagore in which of the following Congress session? எந்த காங்கிரஸ் செஷன்? கல்கத்தா. Then இது சொல்ல, under which article the Indian constitutional under which article of the Indian Constitution, not Constitution, the president has power to consult the Supreme Court?
Article 143 sir.
Article 143.
Okay, good. 143. ஓகே, அவருக்கு ஏதாவது டவுட் வந்து அப்படின்னா சுப்ரீம் கோர்ட்டை வந்து கன்சல்ட் பண்ணலாம். சும்மா கன்சல்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. த்ரூ கான்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ல அவருக்குன்னு ஒரு ப்ரொவிஷன் இருக்குது. ஆர்டிகல் 143 மூலமா. அப்புறம் this one we had talked already. In which Congress session Mahatma Gandhi become the president?
Option D, sir.
Belgaum, BLGAUM. Belgaum session. Then the fifth one, இது நம்ம yesterday ஒரு நியூஸ் பார்த்தோம். Sharmena Sarvam Satyam is a motto of border security force. இதுக்கு மீனிங் தெரியுமா? யாருக்கா ஹிந்தி தெரியும்? ஹிந்தி சான்ஸ்கிரிட் தெரிஞ்சவங்க சொல்லுங்க பாப்போம். யாருக்கா சான்ஸ்கிரிட் தெரியுமா? சான்ஸ்கிரிட் வேர்ட் ஷர்மினா சர்வம் சத்தியம். சாத்தியம், சாரி, சத்தியம் இல்ல, சாத்தியம். சர்வம்னா அனைத்தும், சாத்தியம்னா முடியும். இந்த ஒரு வார்த்தை சொல்லு. யாருமே சான்ஸ்கிரிட் தெரியாதா? Hey, anyone?
Sir, actually the meaning is everything is achievable through hard work.
Wow, very good. Thank you. So let take this also a motto of you all. Okay. So you, by using this motto, you lead to the Missouri very shortly. Okay. These are the questions related to yesterday newspaper. Now we will move to the today's news. Today's news, right? Today it was the news and immediate to second or third page, I think so. So High Court says not to sand mining anywhere near Adichanallur. The title you can understand what it says and what it is going on, why it has been given the order. Okay, so one petitioner, he has filed a petition in the High Court. Wait a minute. In the High Court, okay, that in he noticed that indiscriminate sand mining was going on in the Iron Age on burial site. Okay, that is why he Supreme Court gave order not to go for any mining, sand mining related works there. And some of the point I want to mention here regarding Adichanallur, these are point you noted down. Not for UPSC, for TNBC or any other exam. These Adichanallur, the first excavated by the German archaeologist. Okay, German archaeologist, and his name is Dr. Jagor. In the year 1876. This is point noted down. After that, the British archaeologist Alexander Ria, 1899. After independence, Archaeological Survey India took its control, and still excavation is going on. Okay, and based on the carbon dating, it come to know this site is belong to the year between around 905 BCE to 696 BCE, which means earlier than the Kiladi site. Okay, so 900 BC means around the even Harappan civilization near to that time. Okay, at the time of 1500 time, in the north side there was a Vedic civilization that we will see clearly in the ancient Indian history. But these are some of the facts related to Adichanallur. So whatever mentioned in the news, where it is there, some another points regarding the exam point of view, where it is located. It is a Iron Age on burial site. Okay, if you talk about Harappan site, this is a bronze civilization, but this is Iron Age civilization, and it located in the Tamarabarni River, right bank of the Tamarabarni River, in the Srivaihundam Taluka and Thoothukudi district. So these just noted down. And at present is the Archaeological Survey of India carrying out the excavation Agalwarachi. Okay, and Thoothukudi collector, he has given order by following the High Court order not to do any sand related work, mining near that area. This is what the news. Okay, and we'll move to the second one. This is one of the main article in the editorial page, and the article is so lengthy but very simple, and they were comparing the educational cost in India in the rural and urban, rural and urban area in government school, government aided school, and private school. Only this comparison is there. Okay, and in India, simply you can compare the healthcare cost and educational cost almost similar in different sector, private sector and public sector. Okay, so this is what they have given explanation, but some of the figures are not that much very low. They have mentioned at present it is too costlier for even in urban area like metropolitan city like Bangalore or Delhi and Chennai. Even the kindergarten and nursery and elementary school, the admission is more than 1 lakh. But here they have mentioned simply between 49,000 something. Okay, they are very small amount they have mentioned, and only this area is some of the general information for your knowledge. What it says, Article 21A. Okay, Article 21A was done in the 86th Amendment Act of 2002. In the Constitution, it says right to free and compulsory education for children in the age of 6 to 14 years. Noted down separately. This is one of the factual and most important provision in the Constitution. Okay, it was actually Article 21 is right to life. Okay, Article 21A is right to education, right to free and compulsory education. At the age of 6 to 14 years. And another one, a policy related to education, that is National Education Policy. What it says, it gives the education must be aged between 3 to 18 years. Somewhat instead of 6, it has come down 3 to 18 years. And another one point, the National Education Policy aims to achieve the universalization of the school education up to secondary level by 2030. Okay, all the education is meant to free. Many students still in a private school. That's what the analysis is going on. Okay, and here some figure I have mentioned separately. At the national level, 55.9% of students are enrolled in the government school, 11.3% are enrolled in a private school, and 31% of schools in the private unaided schools. Like that, some figures are there. But now I'm giving to your mind to think how we can reverse this. Reverse this in the sense means how we can make the people to get more enrolled in the government school rather than the private school. This is one part, but we can you will get lots of points. Okay, one point. Second one, even though the private coaching institutes are demanding higher amount for clearing the national level exams. Okay, so this is the second one, which means the education is costlier and which is affordable by certain group of people only. This has to change. So what we can do? One in this discussion in one direction. At the same time, but the Constitution gave to the Constitution. It's it's one of the fundamental right that is violated by the other people or sector, we can say, because Constitution says you have to provide free and compulsory education. Okay, between 6 to 14 years. But not only free and compulsory, we have to, the government has to provide that free and compulsory education in par equivalent to the private sector. So for that, how much, what the government has to do? Day before yesterday, one article we saw related to health sector, because in the health sector, the author clearly mentioned only 3 point something percentage of the GDP spent in the health sector. Okay, if the least value of amount is being spent on education and health sector, then it will be like this only, that we cannot be change the system. Okay, so such kind of things you can add in your point. But this entire article full of data only, so no need this much data to project it or mention in the answer sheet. But some points he has mentioned in this last section. What we can strengthen the publicly funded school. This is what we have to spend more amount to infrastructure wise and knowledge wise and quality wise and highly affordable. Everything the government has to provide in it, the way the private institutions are giving. Okay, so and that is why this is some of the drawback given done by the private tuition phenomena contribute to the widening learning inequalities, where the wealthy have an undeniable advantage over disadvantaged household. This is one of the factor the coaching institute play vital role. At the same time, it provide a widening the gap between the affordable and non-affordable candidate. Okay, and addressing these challenges required urgent reform. Reform strengthening the equality and accessibility of government school is paramount to ensuring the education remain right, not a privilege. Okay, and we have to write more. Suppose, for example, if you are a district collector or if you are a secretary of the school education or higher education, what are the suggestions you will give to your political boss, that is the minister of the education? So you can write in 1 page or 1.5 page, then you send it to me. Okay, this is one work I'm giving. You assume yourself as one of the district collector or an IAS officer. Okay, and if further you can extend by thinking that you are one of the senior most IAS officers sitting in the policy making role. So how you are going to guide? Because you cannot force the government. Okay, you are the person who is going to start the policy, and you are going to implement the policy through your subordinates. Okay, so what are the suggestions? The wealthy suggestion or healthy suggestion or immediate suggestion, so that the entire education will be in the reverse order. So you write a 1 page or 2 page in a point base. This is what if we do like this, then it will be better. And you can search some articles also where you will get some of the fact, and you can compare with other countries' educations also. Okay, this is one of the small work I am giving. Then next one, this article, a Madras High Court must break its silence. Actually, before reading this article, I thought that something he's going to tell many more informative related with the collegium part, but only 2 points he highlighted. One of the senior most judge was denied, and one of the senior most judge was removed from the collegium. So far that he has written this much, but he has mentioned some valid points. But entire article for 3 to 4 times he used that particular judge name, the woman judge name. Okay, we will see one by one. Actually, the background is actually the appointment of High Court judge. How it will happen? No. First, the appointment through collegium system. See here it mentioned all the appointment of judges to the High Court must be recommended by the collegium. Okay, collegium means a group of members with equal authority. Members are the senior most judges will be there. Okay, so they will decide the judge of the High Courts, and it will it comprises of Chief Justice of the High Court and 2 senior most judges. This is called collegium. Okay, noted down. So collegium of High Court means comprising of a Chief Justice of the High Court and 2 senior most judges. This recommendation will send to the government, state government. If High Court, Madras High Court, Madras High Court judge list and the collegium recommend. And the recommendation state government. State government they may give an objection or they can seek clarification. Okay, one is straight away இவனுக்கு இது your selection is wrong னு சொல்லலாம், இல்ல அப்படினா they can seek the clarification கொடுன்னு சொல்லலாம். Okay, மறுபடியும் if the collegium reiterate its choice or make the clarification, the government bounded by the decision of the collegium. இதே அதே கவர்னருக்கு அதே மாதிரி தான். ஒரு தடவை நீ ஒரு one time you send the bill, governor resend the bill to the house once again house is resent to the governor has to accept. அதே மாதிரி தான் collegium they are choosing the judges. After chosen, they will send the selected judges to the state government, and the state government they may raise the question or they may raise objection or they can seek clarification. என்ன பேஸ்ல நீங்க செலக்ட் பண்ணீங்க அப்படினு திருப்பி query போட்டு அனுப்பலாம். அந்த queryக்கும் அந்த explanation கொடுத்து மறுபடியும் the similar person or same persons are selected or persons are in the list, then the government is bounded to accept the decision by the collegium. This is a system of selecting the system of appointing the judges in the high court. இப்போ என்ன நடந்தது அப்படின்னா on November 9, 2025, last month, the Madras High Court Collegium recommended the names of 6 district judges for elevation to High Court. Okay, அதாவது மாவட்ட நீதிமன்றத்துல இருந்து ஒரு 6 ஜட்ஜஸ் ஹைகோர்ட் ஜட்ஜா எலிவேட் பண்றாங்க. ஓகே, the state government did not express any objection. Okay, objection பண்ணல. அதுக்கு பதிலா என்ன கேக்குறாங்கன்னா they are seeking the clarification. என்ன clarification? The fundamental procedural concern have you followed அப்படின்னு the government is asking the question. The fundamental procedural concern அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா the constitution of the collegium itself நீங்க தான செலக்ட் பண்ணி on what basis it has been selected. அதுல ஏன் கேட்டுச்சு அப்படின்னா the justice Jane Nisha Banu once headed the women's lawyers association at the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court. We have 2 bench, one main bench and another bench is there in the Madurai. Okay, she was elevated to the High Court bench on October 5, 2016 in a career on the bench spanning 9. Okay, Justice Nisha Banu is now 3rd on the seniority list. Okay, and the 2nd most senior judge of the High Court. She is now a collegium judge at the Madras High Court. He is giving introduction about the Nisha Banu. But what happened? However, on the recommendation of the Supreme Court Collegium, the Union Ministry of Law and Justice issued the notification on October 14, transferring the Justice Nisha Banu to the Kerala High Court. She is the senior most in here, in the Madras High Court. இப்போ அங்கிருந்து அங்க போகும்போது அவங்களுடைய seniority place goes to 19th position. Okay, but that judge is not accepted. Okay, so her she want to remain in the Madras High Court itself, in the continuing as a collegium judge. Therefore, the state government had shouted a clarification on the non-inclusion of collegium judge Justice Nisha Banu and the inclusion of Justice Ramesh in the next senior judge. அதாவது இந்த அம்மாவை வெளியே விட்டுட்டு இன்னொருத்தர உள்ள நுழைச்சிருக்காங்க. ஏன் நுழைச்சாங்கிறதா மேட்டர். இதான் திருப்பி சொல்லியிருப்பார். நமக்கு இந்த கதை தேவையில்லை. This is the personal related things, but what he is telling about the procedural point of view, constitution point of view, collegium point of view, that we have to consider. Okay, என்னன்னா rather than clarifying these concerns, the collegium proceeded to recommend 9 more advocates to fill additional vacancies without clarifying core issue of constitutional validity raised earlier by the state. Constitutional validity க்கு உட்படாம they have raised around 9 more advocates they have filled. Then the essence of the constitutional democracy lies not simply in the written text but also in the integrity of its institution. இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் நோட் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Because the judicial appointment process safeguarded by the Supreme Court's own jurisprudence through the collegium system. Okay, ஏன்னா அங்கேயுமே collegium system தான் இருக்குது. But okay, இதெல்லாம் விட்டு எல்லாமே திருப்பி he has informed he was narrating about the same thing. Okay, and he says whenever the procedure becomes substance unlawful, அப்படி போச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? So in a constitutional architecture, procedure is not a ornamentation, it is a foundation. So collegium system itself a creation not of statute but of judicial president, and therefore must strictly adhere to judicially developed norms to retain legitimacy. இது வந்து அந்த கொலிஜியம்ஸ் வந்து எப்படி இருக்கணும், ஏன்னா இது வந்து ஸ்டாச்சுட்யூ கிடையாது. ஒரு அதாவது ஸ்டாச்சுட்யூனா the system is not created by law. Okay, itself a creation is collision itself a creation, but then not started. அப்படி இருந்தா அதோட நீதித்தன்மையை வந்து இது பண்ணணும், strictly follow பண்ணணும்ட்டு ஒரு advice he is giving. When a judge who continue to violate the administrative authority is excluded without recorded justification, and when another judge is included without jurisdictional support, அதாவது இது again he is pointing out this one. Okay, ஒரு அட்மினிஸ்ட்ரேட்டிவ் அத்தாரிட்டி வந்து எக்ஸ்க்ளூட் பண்றீங்க வித்தவுட் ஜஸ்டிஃபிகேஷன், இன்னொரு அத்தாரிட்டி உள்ள கொண்டு வரீங்க தட் வித்தவுட் ஜுரிடிக்ஷனல் சப்போர்ட், அப்படின்னா அது எப்படி then the collegium system will be questionable. So then it will lead to a constitutional crisis because the integrity of the judicial appointments cannot coexist with uncertainty over who is authorized to make them, and where there is a situation where another constitutional branch is in the dark. ஓகே, இது கொஞ்சம் ஒரு மாதிரி தான் இருக்கும். வெரி சிம்பிள். நான் சிம்பிளா சொல்லியிருந்தேன். கொலிஜியம் மஸ்ட் ஹாவ் இந்த பாயிண்ட் எடுத்துக்கோ. It should strictly adhere to the judicially developed norms to retain legitimacy. One. Second one, it has to maintain the transparency. Second. Third one, it has to follow the procedure. Okay. The procedure does not follow the substance. That unlawful activity should not be there. Then it should not involve any nepotism, favoritism. He has said here. The collegium system itself criticized for its lack of transparency. It has number point of view. The collegium system must have transparency. Collegium ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. யார அப்பாயின்மெண்ட் பண்ணணும், யார ஜட்ஜா பதவி உயர்வு கொடுக்கணும், அதை டிசைட் பண்ற அத்தாரிட்டி தான். So it must have transparency. It should not have nepotism, under or non-representation of deserving members across the section. Then political influence irukka kudadu, and it must have accountability. Okay, this is another. And he has highlighted with one Tirukural. ஓத்து கண் நோடாது இறை புரிந்து யார் மாட்டும் தேர்ந்து செய்வதே முறை. அதாவது என்ன அப்படின்னா, search out to the one favor show with heart that justice loves consult then act, it is the rule of. அதாவது எதை செஞ்சாலும் வந்து கரெக்டா அதை ஆராய்ஞ்சு தேர்வு செய்யறதுதான் முறை. அதாவது that's what Tirukkural he has highlighted. And the question is whether the method of the recommendation for elevation in accordance with Article 207 of the Constitution of India and the memorandum, இது வந்து it gives a guidance of appointing judges. And once the constitution of the collegium becomes questionable, this is the last point, the criticism. The recommendations also become questionable. அப்படிதானே, collegium system நம்ம question பண்ணியாச்சுன்னா அப்ப அவங்க யாரால ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்றாங்களோ அதுவுமே question ஆயிடும். இவங்களை எப்படி ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணாங்க, இது கரெக்டா, என்ன பேசிஸ்ல ரெக்கமெண்ட் பண்ணாங்க. So that also questionable. And there is definitely a constitutional crisis between two branches of the constitution, the judiciary and the state government. So finally he has concluded. இப்ப இது இந்த என்டையர் ஆர்டிகல் he has criticized the collegium system. இது அப்படி நம்ம பாசிட்டிவ் எழுதும்போது பாசிட்டிவா மாத்தணும். அப்படின்னா எப்படி மாத்தணும், the collegium system should not the recommendation by the collegium system by following transparency and without political influence and maintain accountability, then the selection of the collegium could not be a questionable one. Okay, and there won't be any chance of raising the constitutional crisis between the two branches of the constitution, that is the judiciary and state government. And like that we have to change into the positive way. Okay, then we'll move to the Is the falling rupee a cause for alarm? This is a good topic. Now you must know the economics something related to rupee appreciation and rupee depreciation. Okay, இது கொஞ்சம் கேர்ஃபுல்லா கவனிச்சுக்கோங்க, otherwise you will not get anything. Okay, 2 times it has been. Okay, listen. Okay, now recently India rupees against dollar is depreciating na டாலருக்கு நிகரான இந்தியாவுடைய ரூபாய் வீழ்ச்சி அடையுதுன்னு அர்த்தம். இதுக்கு மீன் டிப்ரிசியேஷன். ஓகே ஓகே, அதாவது $1 வந்து ஒரு 60 rupeesல இருந்து அப்படின்னா இப்ப சேம் $1 ஒரு 100 இப்ப 98 ரூபாயில வருது, அரௌண்ட் 90, I do not know exactly, but okay, we can make it around 98 or 90 rupees. 90 rupees ஈக்குவலா வந்து நிற்கு. அப்படின்னா என்ன, அரௌண்ட், அதாவது ருப்பியோட வேல்யூ வந்து குறையுது, டாலரோட வேல்யூ வந்து இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகுதுன்னு அர்த்தம். இதுக்கு மீன், அதாவது ருப்பீஸ் டிப்ரிசியேட்டிங், டாலருக்கு நிகரான இந்தியாவோட ருப்பி மதிப்பு வந்து குறையுது. அப்படின்னா 60 ரூபா கொடுத்து $1 வாங்குற இடத்துல 90 ரூபா கொடுத்துட்டு $1 அப்படி. இல்ல சிம்பிளா சொல்ல போனா புரியுற மாதிரி சொல்லணும்னா இருந்தா, ஒரு if you give 50 rupees you will get $1. Okay, now to get $1 you have to pay 100 rupees. Okay, there is no change, or the dollar is strengthened now, but our rupee is rupee value is keep on not value is reducing, but quantity of amount is more in terms of rupees to buy the dollar. Okay, இத commodity ல சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா, இப்போ 1 kg rice, ட்ரம்போட கான்செப்டுக்கு வருவேன், 1 kg ரைஸ் வந்து 50 ரூபான்னு வச்சுக்கோ. 1 kg rice 50 rupees. So the US people, they can buy by giving $1 they will get 1 kg rice. சரியா? எப்படி டாலர் ரூபாய் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் பண்ணும்போது $1 50 ரூபா கொடுத்துட்டு எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் in their hand $1 if you pay they will get 50 rupees in their hand. இப்ப சிச்சுவேஷன் எப்படி மாறுது, டாலருக்கு நிகரான இந்தியா ரூபாய் மதிப்பு ரொம்ப அதிகமா போனதுனால $1 100, அதாவது 100 ரூபா கொடுத்தாதான் $1. அப்படின்னா $1 கொடுத்தா I will get 100 ரூபா in the exchange rate in India. So I can buy 2 kg rice. இல்ல டவுட் இருந்தா நல்லா கொஞ்சம் கவனமா புரிஞ்சுக்க, ஏன்னா இதை பத்தி தான் ஃபுல்லா வரும். ஓகே, சப்போஸ் $1 அரௌண்ட் இப்ப 300 rupees போயிட்டு, அப்ப ருப்பி நீ நினைக்கலாம் சார் 300 rupees $1 300 rupees, அதாவது அவங்க பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ இட் இஸ் குட், பட் அவர் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூ இட் இஸ் வெரி worst கண்டிஷன். இல்ல ரிவர்ஸ்ல போ, இப்போ we are importing oil, gold and cooking oil. Okay, crude oil and mineral cooking oil and gold we are importing. Okay, அப்ப import பண்ணனும்னா we have to import by giving டாலர்ல பே பண்ணணும். சரியா? அப்ப டாலர்ல பே பண்ணும்போது ருப்பி அண்ட் டாலர் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் ரேட்ல ருப்பி டாலருக்கு நிகரா ருப்பி வந்து ரொம்ப ஹையா போகுதுன்னா then we cannot buy more commodity. அது நான் I will explain here. நம்ம இங்க இருந்தே பார்க்கலாம், வெயிட் பண்ணு. Okay, so come here. These are the question you listen. Why is the rupee falling? முதல்ல ஏன் ருப்பி வந்து மதிப்பு இழக்குது? ஒன்னு, is it falling worse than other currency? The second question, நமக்கு மட்டும்தான் நம்மளுடைய கரன்சி மட்டும்தான் கீழே போயிட்டே இருக்குதா, இல்ல ஈரோ yen and மற்ற கரன்சி டாலர்ஸ்லாம் ஸ்டேபிளா இருக்கா? ரெண்டு. தேர்ட் கொஸ்டின், does the fall hurt or help the Indian economy? அப்ப நாளுக்கு நாள் $1 வேல்யூ வந்து இந்தியா ரூபாயில கூடிட்டே போச்சு அப்படின்னா அது நமக்கு பாதிப்பா இல்ல ஹெல்ப்பா? தேர்ட் கொஸ்டின். ஃபைனலி, is it the cause for alarm? இது நமக்கு ஒரு அலார்ம் கொடுக்குதா, ஒரு எச்சரிக்கை கொடுக்குதா? These are the questions. இதுக்கெல்லாம் answer it is there in the two economists, they have given the explanation. Okay, in first person what he says, it is falling for a variety of reason. நிறைய ரீசன் இருக்குது. ஏன் என்ன ரீசன்னா he has highlighted here, he has highlighted higher trade deficit, higher currency account deficit and the movement of foreign portfolio investment. இப்போ இதெல்லாம் எகனாமிக் டேர்ம். ட்ரேட் டெபிசிட் அப்படின்னா import export உள்ள difference. Okay, import difference between import export. அப்ப எங்க deficit வரும்? import அதிகமாகவும் export கம்மியா இருந்தா deficit வரும். ஓகேயா? import அதிகமா இருக்குன்னா we have to give more dollar to buy. Okay, export கம்மியாச்சுன்னா we will receive less foreign currency. ஏன்னா நம்மளுடைய கமாடிட்டியை நம்ம அடுத்த கண்ட்ரிக்கு விற்கிறோம். ஓகே, ஆனா விற்கிறது ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கு அப்படின்னா we will ஏன்னா குளோபல் மார்க்கெட்ல மேக்சிமம் the currency exchange used to be done with the dollar. Okay, so அப்படிங்கும்போது எக்ஸ்போர்ட் கம்மியா இருந்துன்னா we will not get that much dollar in terms of the goods what we are exporting, goods and services. சரியா? ஓவரா இம்போர்ட் பண்ணா we have to give more amount to the dollar. ஏன்னா நம்ம கரன்சியை கொண்டு கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்க முடியாது. because oil, crude oil, gold இது எல்லாமே we are importing from outside and these are all selling in terms of dollar. அப்படின்னா நம்மகிட்ட இருக்க டாலர் நம்மளுடைய ஃபாரின் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் ரிசர்வ் ஒன்று இருக்குது. ஸோ அதுல இருந்து டாலர் we have to give. ஒன்னு டாலரா கொடு இல்லைன்னா கோல்டா கொடு. ஓகே, ஸோ ஆல்வேஸ் we have to balance this import export. ஓகே, சப்போஸ் நீ சொல்லலாம் சார் அப்ப இப்ப எனக்கு எக்ஸ்போர்ட்டே இல்லை நான் என்ன பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா அப்போ இம்போர்ட்டை குறைக்கிறது தான் another one decision. Okay, instead of importing more oil, instead of importing more crude oil, instead of importing more gold, okay, reduce the import. Okay, ஆனா அதோட இம்பாக்ட் டொமஸ்டிக்ல இருக்கும், இந்தியாவுல இருக்கும். பட் anyhow we have to balance this also one of the reason high trade deficit one. அப்புறம் higher current account deficit, இது another one is there. Okay, visible and invisible account deficits are there and the balance of payment ல இருக்கும் இது. Then the movement of foreign portfolio investment, அப்படின்னா foreign investors they will withdraw the amount from the Indian market. Okay, and then they will also check which currency is dominating. If dollar is dominating means then they will withdraw the amount, investing amount from Indian stock market and they will invest that in some other currencies or some other countries. அப்படிங்கும்போது automatically our investment go outside. Okay, these are the one of the reason. Then அப்படி இருந்தாலுமே these economics say that I think the factors which has been driving the rupee down more on the tariff front. ஏன்னா இது வந்து recently the Trump is imposing more tariff on Indian product, around 50% he has imposed. Okay, and big another one. Then in this entire business of the rupee depreciating, a critical factor which sort of moderates the level fall. Okay, இப்போ என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னா it does look like a fall of the rupees within the acceptable limit of the RBI, but RBI keep on watching. Okay, இப்போ இந்த அளவுக்கு depreciate எதனால அப்படின்னா even though rupees depreciating, our GDP is in the stable point, around 8% is there. அதனால RBI is not bothering about the depreciation. So the RBI maintains it is not defending any rate, but it is okay. So these are the reason why we have seen the rupee crossing from 87 ல இருந்து 88, 89, now 90 ரூபாய்க்கு வந்திருக்கு ஒரு டாலர் 90 rupees. Okay, and another economist என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா the rupee falling is for two reasons, two or three reasons. One reason, the primary one is ongoing portfolio outflow which are increasing the demand for the dollar. இதான் அந்த foreign portfolios, they are withdrawing the amount from the Indian stock market. இது one of the reason. Second, our import growth has been higher than the export. இது நான் இங்க சொன்னது, we have more import than the export. Okay, so our import growth has been higher than the export growth and also boost the demand for the dollar. Then the current account deficit has been higher, this one, and so that is now. So I think it's the demand and supply of the dollar and how much the RBI release from its reserve to meet the demand. இது என்னன்னா one of the RBI short term method. Okay, one of the short term method to tackle, or we can say short term tactics. Short term tactics by RBI. அப்படின்னா என்ன? RBI will release means selling some reserves, selling dollar. இது கொஞ்சம் கவனமா பாரு. ஏன்னா we have foreign exchange reserve. RBI வந்து கிட்டத்தட்ட around almost we in RBI around I will write here 688 billion US dollar. 688 billion US dollar in the month of July, August, I think so. Okay. அதாவது RBI கைவசம் உள்ள டாலர் எவ்வளவுனா 688 பில்லியன் US டாலர். இப்போ ஆகஸ்ட், செப்டம்பர், அக்டோபர், நவம்பர்ல பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் த டாரிஃப் அண்ட் அதர் ட்ரேட் அண்ட் குளோபல் மார்க்கெட் dollar value is increasing, Indian rupee is depreciating. Apna we have to pay more dollar to buy the crucial most in the product. Okay, அதனால RBI என்ன பண்ணுதுன்னா இந்த rupee balance வைக்கிறதுக்காக it is selling some of the dollar, selling some amount of dollar to the market. For example, in the month of August, the RBI sold around $7.7 million. ஓகே, $7.7 million மார்க்கெட்ல விக்குதுன்னா கொடுக்கு. அப்ப இந்த டாலர் அதாவது எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் ரேட்ல அது பிரைவேட் பார்ட்னர்ஸ் ஆர் நான் பிரைவேட் பார்ட்னர்ஸ் ஆர் ஃபாரின் பார்ட்னர்ஸ் தே வில் பர்ச்சேஸ் த டாலர். ஓகே, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ஒரு 60 ரூபாய் 70 ரூபாய்க்கு விக்குதுன்னு வச்சுக்கோ. அப்போ இன்ஸ்டெட் ஆஃப் 90 rupees 70 rupees they are getting $1. Okay, so they will, which means the inflow of dollar in the market. அப்ப என்ன நிறைய இந்தியன் ரூபி பே பண்ணி they will purchase the dollar. அப்ப மார்க்கெட்னு சொல்லும்போது டாலரும் இருக்கும், அதர் கரன்சி இருக்கும், INR இந்தியன் ரூபீஸும் இருக்கும். So government RBI gives this money around $7.7 million $7.7 million இந்த பேஸ்கெட்ல கொடுக்குது, செல் பண்ணுது. அப்ப அரௌண்ட் இப்ப நான் ஒரு டாலர் வந்து 90 rupees இல்ல 60 rupees வச்சேன்னா around 6,000 or 7,000 rupees will go out from the market. அப்ப மார்க்கெட்ல Indian rupees will get higher demand to buy the dollar. Okay, so short termல it will give somewhat strength of the rupee. This is one of the method. Okay, this is one of the method. And government, what it will do? Government, this is one of the another method. RBI என்ன செய்யணும்? Tightening the monetary policy. இதெல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் நோட் பண்ணிக்கோ. tightening ரொம்ப நெருக்குறது. monetary policy நமக்கு நிறைய இருக்கு. அதாவது fiscal policy, monetary policy. இப்போ ஒண்ணு சொல்லிடுறேன். monetary policy na the RBI will increase all the rate, repo rate, reverse repo rate, every rate will increase. Appo unakku the inflation everything will control. Okay, and this is another one. So then a third one, encouraging the NRI deposit by the RBI by giving the ease of doing business. Adhaadu business policy konjam thalarthi, external commercial borrowing facility konjam adhigapaduthi. Okay, so anyhow we have to bring the dollar in India, towards to India. அதுக்கு என்னென்ன வழியெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியுமோ that the RBI will do in short term. Okay, long termல யார் பண்ண முடியும்னா it is only government can do. என்ன செய்யும்? They have to boost export. Okay, they have to boost export. அப்ப you can ask எப்படி சார் boost பண்ண முடியும்? So now recently the Trump he is changing entire not only changing, shaking the entire world trade among the countries by raising the tariff. So how we can tackle this one? Okay, these things. Hello. சொல்லுமா. கிளாஸ் முடிச்சிட்டு கால் பண்றியா? Okay, this is one. Another one, government has to attract foreign direct investment. Second one. Then third one, government can do the currency swap. Dollar தானே பிரச்சனை. Okay, so instead of doing transaction in terms of dollar, I will do the transaction with my own currency. Okay, அப்படின்னா என்ன அப்படின்னா இப்ப எனக்கும் மலேசியாவுக்கும் இடையில நான் டிரான்சாக்ஷன் நடக்குதுன்னா I'm not doing the transaction in dollar. Instead, I'm using the transaction of Malaysian currency and Indian currency, like that. Okay. So almost 23 countries we have done the currency swap. We are avoiding the dollar. Okay, we are avoiding dollar. It's a mutual agreement between the countries. Okay, I will purchase.
மூலமா இப்போ பிரிக்ஸ் கரன்சின்னு ஒண்ணு கரண்டா கொண்டு வந்தாங்க.
BRICS currency, I will come to the point. Actually, the BRICS nations, they are they are about to bring, but Trump was totally against that one. If you do like this, then I even
because he fears the BRICS bloc because we have much more economically stronger countries.
But immediately he gave the warning. Then I will raise the tariff around more than 100 times or 300 times. But finally, it was in the pending. Even in the news, various news media, even it was in the Vladimir Putin hand the introduction of new currencies. It was showing. Okay, so that is okay. That's one more option that collectively they can do. Anyhow, dollar is dominating, and you can ask, sir, it is not possible. It is already possible. That is what the euro concept came. Correct? All European Union together they introduce a new currency. Saridane.
Correct.
Okay, so whatever the currency they introduce in the global market, anyhow, finally the dollar is dominating everywhere. Okay, so adukku somewhat to bali we cut. So one of the ways are currency swap or commodity exchange through commodities. In the madri, then bilateral agreements. Okay, these things are there. These are the various method how we can appreciate the currency. Okay, some of the points, whatever is mentioned, I will read it fastly in a faster way. See, does falling rupees weakens the economy? At present, it won't weaken. The fundamentals, we are very strong. We are having robust growth. Robust, very strong. Our position is very strong. So no need to worry. And inflation is benign. India inflation in past 10 years, it is very low. So no need to worry about this one. The monetary policy is quite accommodative. The monetary policy RBI. So it is keep on looking the situation and it changing the exchange rate. So no need to worry about the Indian economy will be affected because of this currency depreciation, because of these reasons. The strong economy already there. The growth also there in terms of GDP. This one. Another question, do you feel that there is any benefit to India from? India benefit two ways. யாருக்கு பெனிஃபிட் அதிகமா இருக்குன்னா, எக்ஸ்போர்ட் கெயின் அட்வான்டேஜ், இம்போர்ட் நெகட்டிவ். ஓகே, நம்மளுடைய யாரெல்லாம் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பிசினஸ் பண்றாங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு இட் இஸ் a very good one, good opportunity when currency is depreciating. ஏன்னா they will get a more dollar. Okay, but import costly, export is very cheap. Okay, so when the rupee is depreciation, your export is gain advantage over the other countries from point of export. But this is an advantage. Okay, import become more expensive. ஏன்னா டாலர் விலை அதிகமான, இப்போ $1 barrel ஆயில் வந்து $32 இருந்தது, இப்போ $62 மாறுதுன்னா அப்போ இம்போர்ட் இஸ் வெரி காஸ்ட்லியர். ஓகே, அதே நேரம் இப்ப நானே ஆயில் எக்ஸ்போர்ட் பண்றேன்னு வச்சுக்கோ, ஐ வில் கெட் மோர் டாலர். Okay, this is what the meaning. And another, the exports may be happy, exporter may be happy, our product may become little bit more competitive. Then come to this here, what was the question? Is it alarming? Means no, no alarming, because at present there is no need to worry, because RBI என்ன சொல்றீங்கன்னா, கிட்டத்தட்ட more than 1 year we are having the sufficient dollar in our hand, around $688 billion in our hand. Okay, so it is more than sufficient to tackle any worst situation. Adukulla we will do the short term measurement and long term measurement. We will boost our foreign exchange reserve against the currency problem. Okay, I think this is sufficient for this one. And so last one, and this is one of the not that much actually enna. Recently there was a conference of parties 30 happened, no? And every countries they had a stalls. Actually very I thought it's a too good article, but Chinese, every countries they have the stalls. Always in the China having a stall where crowd is too much in every day. There was a crowd in that stall. Reason they gave lots of item in free of cost, and one of the innovation they did, the tea infused fabric bag they gave. அப்ப பேக் இது பண்ணிருக்காங்களா, அதுல டீ ப்ராடக்ட் சேர்த்து பண்ணிருக்காங்க. அதுதான் அதாவது see look here, they gave the gift three times or more a day. These freebies include bubbles and pens and caps, panda figure, candles and soft toys. Okay, and most of these are metal, but some of them made of tea. Okay, they are dissolvable, tea infused fabric and recyclable. So everything, even in the Colombian office also, they had a stall they gave free of cost in the Australian cakes and all. அதாவது என்ன சொல்ல வராங்கன்னா, எல்லா கண்ட்ரில மேக்ஸிமம் கண்ட்ரி they gave something to the people, those who are people means elites and people, but only the Indian stall nothing was there. That is what is it. See here they might have mentioned way at come to here. India stall name is India at COP was displayed amid the red, orange and green and the color. India may be the third largest solar producer in the world, but little over. Okay, but there was no queues because there was nothing to give away. எதுமே கொடுக்கல. Okay, சிம்பிளா ஸ்டால் மட்டும் அதை கம்பேர் பண்றாங்க. Some of the valid point is there. This one. இது ஃபுல்லா இதுல COP ல வந்து US was absent, and China, India, Iran, Saudi Arabia, the like-minded countries were there, and they were all focusing very less focus on ending the fossil fuel, and but without China, rare earth, solar cell batteries and oil and coal free planet is opium dream. Opium dream ஒரு நினைச்சு பார்க்க முடியாத ஒண்ணு, அது சாத்தியமாகாத ஒண்ணு, போதை ரிலேட்டட் ட்ரீம் without China. And அதுக்கு ரீசன், India is the third largest solar producer in the world, but little over 70% of the actual electricity come from coal. So these are not that much important, just for the nature of India, how it is represented in the global platform. They're comparing the China. That's all. Okay, I think these are the topics. It was over. So if you have any doubt, then you can ask me, because we have discussed two issues in deeper way. One is that economic, then Keeladi, then Adichanalo. That's all. And questions related to this one will be posted day after tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm not available. So next online session will be on Monday. Okay, so in Monday it will take some more time, so because Saturday news and Sunday news together we have to discuss. If possible, I will discuss it on Sunday, if possible. If I'm available, then by afternoon I will inform. Okay, otherwise we will be having on Monday. Okay. Okay. Shall we wind up then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Pa. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, Ma. Thank you.